Hello and welcome back to Suspended Fanimation. I'm your host, Dennis Bithoulkas, and it's time for WandaVision, Season 1, Episode 5, on a very special episode. On a very special episode of Blossom. Now, let me take care of some business first, then we'll get down to it. If you like what you see here, like, share, and subscribe. If you're still on the fence about subscribing, take a look at the video that pops up at the very end here. Basically, what YouTube does, takes the algorithms of all the stuff you've been watching and tries to match it as best as possible to one of the videos in my vast video library and pops it up there just for you. And if you want to know when I'm going on live again next, you get the bell down below. It's a 50-50 chance of YouTube actually notifying you. Best thing to do is go to suspendedfanimation.com. Take a look at the schedule I have up there. I change it out every week. Also, I have all the links to my social media, so Twitter, Instagram, Patreon. No tiers here on the Patreon. Waiting until I hit 1,000 subscribers, which I'm close. That way, when you guys give me money, I can give you something in return as part of the tier packages and all that stuff. Also, I have a excuse me. I have my YouTube channel page link up there. My Facebook page link, and then for those of you who still have Facebook, a Facebook group page where you guys can post stuff and chat amongst yourselves. Raymond, I did see that you posted something. I just haven't gotten to it. I've been burning the candle at both ends, so I'll take a look at it after I'm done here. I've been meaning to read it, and I'm sorry, I haven't gotten around to it. Bad person that I am. All right, so before I do the spoiler alert and everything, I'm just going to say right now, if you haven't seen any of the Marvel movies, you're not up to date on it, I'm sorry, because this series is basically not hand-holding for anybody at all. Even for those of us who are in the comic lore and everything like that, or into this comic lore, it's pretty brutal on everybody. So, and I'm kind of liking that, to tell you the truth. So I'll get into it more here as we go into the spoiler alert. So, spoiler alert, I am going to spoil the episode. If you have not seen the episode, go and watch the episode. Then you can come on back and you can comment down below in the comment section of the video. Then this is the video. All right. Everyone now really okay? You got it? All right. All right. Holy fuck. That's all I can say. Fuck. I knew they were going to pull something big out, but Pietro, really? From the X-Men movies, not from her, not her Pietro. I mean, Wanda goes into a little bit of a explanation with the boys, saying that you can't bring something dead back to life. This is, of course, after the dog Sparky bites the bullet by eating some azalea leaves. And by the way, Popeye Pliskin, yeah, Sparky, R.I.P. Sparky, is actually named after, there's a great Vision mini series that's out there. Go and read it. It's awesome. And they actually have a robotic dog that's Sparky, is the name of the dog. So I love that little Easter egg in that. There's a lot of Easter eggs in this series. But the whole thing with I don't think Wanda now is in control of this. At first I thought it was her, and now I'm fairly sure it's not her. Yes, she can go in and out of this reality. I know she walked out of it into, the S.w.o.r.d agents outside and basically threatened them and said, go the fuck away. Otherwise, you're going to die, kind of thing. And they're saying that, well, you're holding these people hostage, all these people in Westview. And I don't think it's her, to tell you the truth. I really don't. Yes, I mean, she brought Vision back to life. She's controlling him in some respects, but she's given him some autonomy now, to the point where he was actually able to free Norm from his role, I guess you can say, in this whole series. And he's telling Vision that, he's being suppressed and it's painful. And all he wants to do is find out if his family's okay. He wants to make a phone call to his sister because his dad's sick. And he starts crying about it. And then finally, Vision's like, nope. And just basically zaps him back into his role, if you will. And oh, fuck, man, I swear it's just it, I have to, like I said, I have to give kudos to Kevin Feige on this. That this series is not hand holding anybody through this. If you have not seen the Marvel movies, if you've not seen the Fox X-Men movies, even, you're going to be lost on who in the fuck Pietro is there, played by Evan Peters. And Evan Peters, of course, is in the Days of Future Past movie and Apocalypse, X-Men Apocalypse, and was the best thing in both. Honestly, let's just say that. And he takes over. Is he from an alternate universe now? We don't know, but that's how the episode ends, is with him showing up. And by the way, that's what the thumbnail is I have a big, I have my logo over his face and pretty much half his body. I know someone's going to complain about it, even though it's covered up. But still, it was such a big reveal that, yeah, I have to commend them. That was actually a good thing doing that. Also, Agnes, played by Catherine Hahn, I don't think is someone who is an unwilling participant in all of this. There have been rumors out there too, and speculations that Agnes is actually a character, Agatha Harkness. So Agatha Harkness in the comics is a witch from the Salem witch trials. She's actually that old, and she actually has trained Wanda in the use of her powers and things like that. And this might be the same thing that's going on here, is that Agatha is helping Wanda with her hex powers, which, by the way, Darcy names her powers hex powers, which I thought was kind of cool because that's what it's called in the comics, is the hex powers. And we even get a pretty brutal commercial too. So that whole thing, Lagos paper towels, is in reference to Lagos, Nigeria, which took place in Civil War, which was basically the start of the Sokovia Accords, because of Wanda throwing Crossbones. So Crossbones was going to blow up Captain America with a grenade, with a belt of grenades, if you will. And she used her powers to hurl him away from Captain America right into a building, and it killed 11 people, 11 innocent people, basically, Nigerian UN workers, relief workers. And that was the foment of the Sokovian Accords. So that whole thing with Lagos paper towels, for messes that you didn't intend to make, but you now need to clean up. That's fucking brutal, man. I mean, that was just one of the most brutal commercials that kind of harkens back to that. But I'm also wondering, we've gotten a couple of Hydra related commercials. Now, there's only one Stark commercial, but everything else is Hydra related. And I'm wondering if Hydra is involved in this somehow. And I'm wondering still now if Director Hayward is still a Hydra agent or not. So that's one thing I'm not too sure of. Raymond says her anniversary with Ralph is the same day the Salem witch trial started, apparently. There we go. There we go. And we never see Ralph. We've never seen Ralph. So we don't know what's going on there. And Agnes is also the one that was, saying, oh, well, you know what? I don't think, Geraldine belongs here. She doesn't have a house. And she's basically the one that's always a shit disturber and also knows everything about everyone. So obviously there's something there to that. Popeye Pliskin says, I hope Mystique doesn't show up next episode and steals Quicksilver's thunder again. Did she? I thought that Quicksilver was actually the best thing out of those movies. So, but yeah. And of course, I love Monica. We need to talk also about Monica. Monica gets tested out. She has her blood drawn. She has an X-ray, but the X-ray is clear, kind of like a lot of light is coming through the X-ray, which is part of her powers, her secondary powers when she became Photon. And I'm wondering if that is the case, if she actually has her powers and we just didn't know about it. And because she was saying that Wanda protected her as she was pushing her out of the dome, I guess you could say, or the habitat. And I don't think that's the case. I think her powers actually protected her more than anything else. So, Popeye Pliskin says when Quicksilver saved everyone in Apocalypse, all the students were staring at Mystique and didn't thank him. Yeah, I know that was just fucking stupid. But man, because yeah, we even get a little background on Wanda when she was basically her and Pietro. They'd say who their parents are and that they were killed in the bombing when they were 10 and 11, or 11 actually, because they're twins. That's right. And then of course they got experimented on by Hydra with the mind gem. Yeah, I thought it was the Tesseract, but no, it was the mind gem, is what they were saying. And yeah, so no, the Tesseract was actually what Captain Marvel got her powers from. That's right. Because that ended up on Nick Fury's desk. Yeah, okay, I remember now. I only saw that movie once because it was just god awful. And not because of the actors, it was just because of the story. The story just sucked. But still. Oh, yeah. And also when Captain Marvel's name is brought up, Monica just doesn't want to talk about it. We don't know why, but she just doesn't want to talk about it. So good episode, damn good episode. It brings a lot into focus. It actually raises a lot of questions. And now, do we have mutants in the MCU? Is that what's going on? Or are we going to have, do we have some mutants going on now? Possibly. I don't know. Yeah. Raymond says, Bettany said he was very excited to work with a certain cameo on this show. He sounded like they genuinely admired him. Her. Yeah. Oh, and by the way, let's talk about that whole fight with between him and Wanda when he's talking about her repressing these people. And she goes, I don't know what you're talking about. She goes, I am not controlling anybody. You think I'm controlling thousands of people, what they eat, what they do every day? So that was my clue that she is not controlling all of this. It's Agatha, or Agnes, if you will. Yeah. Raymond says, I think this may hint to either McKellen or Stewart after seeing the end of this episode. Possibly, or maybe McAvoy. Maybe McAvoy's coming back. We don't know. And yes, Pop, I agree. Who's the popsicle, as he puts it, was pretty funny. Yeah. Just, and I love that they actually decided to bring an 80s drone in and fly it in because it was the same time period, so it wouldn't be rejected or changed, because they found out that Monica's Kevlar vest had been changed into her clothing, her 70s clothing, and was actually still Kevlar and was bulletproof, or bullet resistant, I should say. Yeah. That was actually kind of a nice thing. I did love seeing everyone brainstorming in the with the whiteboard and everything, and Monica doing the equations. Okay, if we do this and this and this, and that was another thing I actually kind of loved, is people thinking through a fucking problem. Yeah, that was actually good to see for a change instead of just having it done. Raymond says Bettany is hitting this role out of the park. Yeah, he is. And also the twins growing up so fast. I mean, we had them as babies and they grew to about 5-6 years old, somewhere around there. Then they grew to 10 years old, because of course they couldn't have a dog until they were 10. So they grew up. And then of course, when Sparky dies, they were going to grow up again to get past the pain. And Wanda's like, no, don't do it. You need to actually accept it at this point. So yeah. Popeye says, I wonder if they get to the 2000 sitcom area that do Office talking to camera bit. I don't know if they're going to do The Office. I mean, there's a lot of different I mean, they could do Modern Family. Um, I think Modern Family is actually the biggest one in the 2000s. The Office is more, it's office stuff. They might do that for Vision's workplace, but who knows? How many episodes are you getting? Nine episodes this season, Raymond. So we're in episode 5. We got 4 more left. Right? 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes. Sorry, my brain's kind of Swiss cheese this week. So it has been for a little while. So basic math is failing me at the moment. You're waiting for Friends. Um, yeah, that's true. We got the 90s coming up. Oof. I think we have another 80s one. And then I think we get the 90s and then 2000s. And then we have to deal with reality at that point, I think is what happens. I think that's how it's supposed to play out. I did love how Pietro was wearing the 70s kind of style clothing with the shirt open, showing chest and all that kind of stuff. That was the other reason why I covered over a good portion of his body, because all you can really see are his arms and his legs. That's pretty much what I left. And that doesn't give anything away. It actually kind of looks like Logan in a way. Which is funny. If you don't know what you're looking at. So good episode. We had a lot of stuff happen. Like I said, I'm loving this series that it's not hand holding anybody. And like I said, even the comic fans, it's not hand holding us either. It's keeping us as much in the dark as everyone else about who this is. I mean, people are throwing out Mephisto. They're throwing out, Agatha Harkness. Also, Clea, who is, Doctor Strange. She was, helping Doctor Strange as well. So they say that Dottie might be Clea, is who she might be. So that could be a thing as well. We don't know. Or a person from the comics. Sean, hey Sean, how's it going? I didn't see that coming. No one did. I didn't see that one coming either. And it just really was. I mean, Elizabeth Olsen was saying that they were going to have something that rivaled the Luke Skywalker moment in The Mandalorian, and I have to say they did. They really did. I mean, to some extent, that was a bigger moment. That was a much bigger moment. That was one of those holy fuck, are they actually doing that moment? Whereas this was kind of like holy fuck, they actually did this. That's kind of cool. It's a subtle difference there. I know. Yeah. Popeye Pliskin says the 80s cheesy theme song was, yeah. Well, it did the whole Family Ties. It was it was between Family Ties and the theme song itself actually, for some reason, tickled a brain worm for me of Greatest American Hero. So they took a snippet of Greatest American Hero and they had it in there. But they also put in Family Ties as well. So yeah, just fucking, yeah, horrible. It's great in your opinion, Joe? Yes, it is. It is great. It was good stuff. Raymond says Disney gave us Baby Yoda and Baby Vision. And Sparky the dog, who they adopted and it died all in one day. Yeah. Oh, and we also found out that S.w.o.r.d had Vision's body in pieces. And 9 days ago, Scarlet Witch just kind of went into the facility and just cleared everyone out and took the body. And that he did not want to be reanimated. He said in his living will that he didn't want to be used as a weapon. That's going to come back at some point in time. That whole quote about him not wanting to become a weapon, that is going to come back because he can't remember anything before Westview, is what he says. And he wants to know about his life. He's actually very, very upset about this. And there's probably going to be hell to pay for that one as well. Yeah. Yeah, and the title credits going up at the end there, the end credits where she's just, kind of talking over him and just letting the credits roll, and he's like, "No, no, no, no. We're not letting this shit happen now. You're gonna face this." Yeah, I did like that. Raymond says, "I think uh, that's Ralph, man. Like the bunny, he's not dead." Uh, Possibly. We'll find out. I don't think Mephisto has anything to do with this, though. I really don't. I think it's Agatha Harkness having Wanda deal with shit to make her grow in her powers. Because even Darcy says, I think her powers have grown, is what Darcy said. I kind of like that, you know. And I don't know if you caught it, but when she calls Director Hayward a dick, they cut it off. She goes, "Yeah, he's really and then he goes, "Terrorist." He says it out really loud, Hayward, and kind of covers over her saying dick. So they didn't say dick in Disney. They almost did, which I thought was pretty fucking funny that they did it that way. Kudos and well played is what I'll say on that one. What is the significance of the clothing being made out of Kevlar inside the hex? So her vest, her bulletproof vest that she was wearing when she got sucked into the anomaly, got remade into the period piece. So Wanda is not creating new stuff. She is basically taking the stuff that's already there inside Westview and just remaking it, reshifting it into clothing and stuff like that, period appropriate clothing, that kind of thing. But now it looks like her powers are growing to the point where she's actually ripped open you know, brought somebody from an alternate universe to Westview, you know. Raymond says, "You think we'll get a Photon original in this show?" She's already mentioned. I'm thinking so because, like I said, that whole X-ray thing where they didn't get an X-ray from her, and she was like, "Fuck it, we're not doing another X-ray. You're not taking any more blood." I'm fairly sure she knows what's up with that. Yeah. Sean says, "Language might be keeping it clean enough for the broadcast on ABC." Yeah, it's Disney, so they know that they know what their audience is on this. So yeah, I'm fairly sure that's what they're doing. Yeah, I don't think we saw the origin of Photon. I think that Monica already had her powers because in the recap, they even made it a point to show again Director Hayward when he was bringing Monica into S.w.o.r.d, after she went back in and saying, that she's been to space multiple times. So she's gone up multiple times. I'm fairly sure that she has her powers already. That at the time of the snap when she disappeared, she probably already had her powers. Popeye Pliskin says, "Now I'm thinking it may be Mephisto, New Jersey, the devil." The Jersey Devil is what you're saying? I don't know, man. It would be interesting if they did it, but maybe Ralph is the devil. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe Agent Wu's missing person, because they brought that up too. They brought up about the missing person again. Um, Maybe that's Mephisto. We don't know. Or maybe it's Agatha. We don't know. And that's the good thing about this is it's a mystery. And I also want to say again that having this come out weekly instead of all at once is having people talk about it. Can you imagine if this shit had just come out, just dropped the entire season like that, and you have Pietro show up in the middle of the fucking season, and people are like, "Holy fuck!" I mean, they would have just it would have been a holy fuck moment. It would have been a blip and then disappear. Now it's going to be a rise and it's going to ride out for quite a while on this until next week and when they do something bigger or they build on it, something like that. And that's what you want from a show. Sean says, didn't he say that the missing person was in witness protection? Maybe a 2-bit villain who just got caught up in this. Yes, and then well, the thing is, he said two things. He said missing person, and then he said they. Uh, it's something like all of them are gone. And it wasn't in reference to Westview; it was in reference to the witnesses. So I think it's more than one. Yeah. A little spoiler on YouTube about Peters. You mean there's a little Peter spoiler? I'm sorry, that was a bad joke. I know. A couple of weeks ago. Oh, there was. See, I don't watch anything about WandaVision during the week because specifically for that, I don't want to be spoiled. They've been throwing out like trailers and stuff like that. I don't watch any of it because I know it'll spoil something, and I know someone will pick it up, and even um, people talking about the next episode before it even comes out. I don't read anything on that either, or look at anything on that because I just don't want to be spoiled by it. It's fun to actually fucking watch the episode and let it come to you fresh and not have anything spoiled by it. Derek Robertson, the co-creator of The Boys, who's also a great artist, comic book artist, and all of that. I follow him on Twitter. He got spoiled on Twitter because there was a mere mention of something. It didn't even directly mention what happened, and he got spoiled by it before he even saw the episode. He was talking about that. And that's what I mean is if you're looking at that stuff, if you're looking at stuff related to WandaVision and the next episode or whatnot, you're bound to get spoiled by it. That's why I have spoilers all over this fucking video. I held up the big ass red paddle. I have it in the description of this video. I even put it as a hashtag on Twitter for the link to this and everything. I don't want people getting spoiled by it. That's why I have a big fucking logo over Pietro's body, half of his body, also on this photo here, the thumbnail for this video. Because if you haven't seen the video, you won't know what the fuck you're looking at. That's the way I look at it. So, enough of that. So what else is coming up this week? Tomorrow is going to be Saturday Morning Blast Off, where I take the genre news of the weekend and genre stuff you guys want to talk about. We talk about it. Sunday is going to be Resident Alien Episode 3, because Episode 3 is already aired on the Sci-Fi Channel app, which is kind of weird. So I'm going to talk about that. Monday I'm going to be off. Tuesday will be another episode of Is It Worth My Time? And I believe I'm going to be doing this new Selma Hayek, Owen Wilson movie that's on Amazon Prime about virtual reality. I think that's what's going to come up there. And Wednesday I'm going to be off because I'm going to wait until Thursday for Resident Alien episode 4. We'll see if it drops 4 and 5. We'll see what happens there. And then, of course, Friday we come back around to WandaVision, the excellent WandaVision. Popeye Pliskin says, I never noticed that sorry, my glasses are on here. Never noticed that they never called Wanda Scarlet Witch in MCU until they said she had no alias in this episode. Yeah, they were where Hayward was going. Did she have any kind of name? And the thing is, they're kind of being playful about it. She had no silly nickname. She wasn't called by something else. She didn't have a colorful name, and they it keeps going on and on. And it's like, no, dude, she didn't. Yeah. Jody, yeah, they should be actually airing episode 4 on Wednesday. But I'm going to wait till Thursday for it because just in case they drop episodes 4 and 5, and that way I can do 4 and 5 back to back. Just on the off chance. Sci-Fi does some weird fucking shit with their programming, honestly. Who knows? Yeah. Although I saw when I was watching episode 3 on last night, It said the air date for it is February 10th, which is what is February 10th? Oh, we're on the 5th here. So yeah, the 10th is Wednesday. So your guess is as good as mine on that one. Yeah. Raymond says I'm going to check out Space Sweepers, Korean flick, I think, on Netflix tonight. It may be a good. Is it worth my time? You tell me how it is, Raymond. Popeye says the Loki trailer looks yeah, the Loki trailer does look promising. I really want to see that. Also, March 19th we get, I believe it's March 19th. We get Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So we just go from basically WandaVision to Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I think there's a little bit of a break there, right? Let me see what on the calendar here. So we just had episode 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The 12th, actually, I take that back. March 12th. Is that right? No, March 19th is, so we have 1 week in between WandaVision and Falcon and Winter Soldier. Yeah. What if Pietro is really Loki? See, now you're just going crazy on that. I don't think so. No. Really? So Space Sweepers gives you a Firefly kind of vibe? Interesting. Jody said also, you're totally right, Dennis. It's great that WandaVision is a weekly show rather than something that people binge through. And again, it just reinforces that people don't know how to watch TV anymore. They don't know how to savor shit anymore. Not savoring shit, but savor TV shows, savor a movie. They just want it now, 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 now. Give it now. I mean, even these YouTube videos. Yeah, it's all give it to me now instead of sit back, relax, and watch it a little bit, man. Take a little break, smoke a joint or something if you need to, and relax. Live in the now, man. I say that a lot, but I do mean it. Yeah. I agree with you, Raymond. There are some shows that are bingeable, and especially like old series that have come out that no one else, everyone else has already watched it, and you are the last person on earth who has not seen it, and you can just watch it all at once. Sure, but yeah, there's a lot of stuff that just you need to take your time and go through it. Otherwise, you miss stuff. Lost is not one of those things. You can binge that shit in a day and not miss anything at all. And you can actually just put it on triple time and get through it even faster. Yeah. All right, everybody. I'm gonna let you guys go for the night. I want to thank everybody who joined me tonight in the chat, and I want to thank you if you made it this far in the video. If you're still on the fence about subscribing, take a look at the video that pops up at the very end here. And if you like what you see here, hit that subscribe button down below. And while you're down there, hit that like button and the share button as well. And if you want to know when I'm be on live again next, you can hit the bell down below. It's a 50-50 chance of YouTube actually notifying you. Best thing to do is go to suspendedfanimation.com. Take a look at the schedule. It's up there. All the links to my social media and all the links to my pages that I have. Well, you're going after Lost now. Too far, man. Dude, I watched that whole first season when it first aired, and I was like, they really don't know what they're doing. They really have no idea what they're doing. And I stopped watching because I realized they didn't know what the fuck they were doing. They had no clue what they were gonna make that show on. And it showed. Yeah. And also it's just it's the mystery box, the JJ Abrams mystery box. Ooh, maybe something's gonna be more profound than it actually is. Nope, it's not. It's just the same old dumb shit. All right. We all have our own opinions. That's all I'm going to say. Papa Pliskin says Lost probably had the biggest drop off of quality from season 1 to 2. Yeah. I didn't like I said, I didn't catch season 2 or on from there. I heard how it ended, and I was like, "Yeah, okay. Alright." But and then on that note, I will see you guys tomorrow for Saturday Morning Blast Off. Until then, don't let the door hit your ass on the way out because you might open the door and find out that it's somebody from another multiverse because the role has been recast. Will you be discussing WandaVision again? I possibly, Jody. You never know. Sometimes it happens. A lot of people don't want to be spoiled by it, though. That's the whole thing. So I try and keep spoilers out of that, unless it's something that's really old, like if you haven't seen what is it? M. Night Shyamalan movie from 20 years ago or something like that, with Bruce Willis, where he sees dead people. I'm going to spoil that because it's been out for a long time. But something that just came out today and most people haven't seen, I probably will stay away from it. Yeah. Elvis died in the toilet. It isn't about the end, but the journey. Yeah, who was it? I just watched something recently. Was it I can't remember what it was, but somebody was made that whole thing about it's not the journey, it's not the destination, but the journey. And I think it was on Resident Alien, as a matter of fact, who said, no, it's actually the destination. The journey usually sucks getting there, and then it's the destination that you're trying to get to. But yeah. Anyway, like I said, don't let the door hit your ass on the way out. Otherwise, you might end up finding another multiverse version of someone you were expecting, and it might not work out. Thank you, everybody. I will see you again tomorrow. Until then, stay safe, be well, take care, and don't forget to wear those masks. I will see you tomorrow. Have a good night. Thanks, everyone.